Here, our first speaker today is Jason.
For your podcast.
Jason seems to be a nice guy. I think you all will find out later. I did have a brief one-on-one with him here, and I look forward to having him help me get my website out there and have him noticed. I'm sure he'll do a fine job. I actually heard some good things out in the public about him. I won't tell you that in front of you. We'll make sure you walk out here today. Everybody, Jason. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. So I wanted to start off by just saying, last week it was pretty emotional and everything, and this is really a family. And what I've been trying to do is listen to what you guys do, and give you referrals as many as I can. So what I want to do this week is help me get referrals too. So this is going to be the main part of this presentation is, like I said in my 30-second, 8 ways to identify things on websites that you might want to pay attention to that will help out in the future. First, I thought it would be interesting to go over some statistics that are that'll bring some things into perspective about what's going on in the internet community and the internet age that we're in. Research reveals that 4.8 billion people have mobile phones, and only 4.2 billion people have what, Krista? No. What did you have an argument with today this morning?
Oh, toothbrushes.
Toothbrushes.
What?
In the world.
So, how does humorous?
I know, she told me that. I'm going to ask you a question. So, we have to pay attention to this. This year,
What were those comparable numbers again?
about 600,000 more people have mobile phones than have
That's what I
toothbrushes.
thought. Yeah.
We need a dentist.
Yeah, they need a dentist. So mobile presence is top priority this year. Another staggering statistic, Facebook just purchased Instagram, which is an iPhone app, for $1 billion. That company is never going to make a dollar. But it goes to show you that Instagram, which is a way to share photos, is both mobile and it is also engaging and interactive and visually appealing. So that is where we're headed. When Facebook does something like that, we need to pay attention. LinkedIn, as of February, has over 150 million members, and there were over 4.2 billion professional searches done in that network. It's an important place for any business to have a presence. Google Plus will hit 400 million users by the end of the year, and it's growing rapidly. Facebook has about 850 million users, so it's actually catching up. And the reason I mentioned Google Plus is because it's becoming a good hub for businesses in general to have a presence. You can connect everything, your Facebook, your personal website, your Yelp page, all those things within Google Plus. They've really innovated social media, really. And a lot of people are starting to recognize that that's why it's growing so quickly. So the next part, 8 important aspects about website and design. Ask yourself when you're looking at a website for me, and this is a company that you know, anyone that you are around, you know they have a website, take a look at it and think about these things. The first thing is ask yourself what the message is when you go to the website. Does it convey what they're trying to say? Is there a video on there that can convey that quickly? Number 2, what's the target audience, and does it talk to that target audience? You really have to understand who your customer is, and does that design talk to them? Are the shapes, the colors, the things about that website going to talk to the customer? For example, a lodging website for an inn, for example. That should have a big picture and a beautiful setting in it and welcoming as soon as you get there. Does it do that? Those are the types of things you want to look for. Is it easy to understand? The days of websites that have, lots of information, library websites, we refer to them as, those days are over. You have to keep your navigation simple. People get to a website and they want to find what they want to find, and they want to find it quickly. They want to get there and they don't have a lot of time. Everybody's busy. Everybody in this room can probably relate to that. You get there, you want to be able to get to what you want right away. No one wants to spend hours trying to find what they want. They'll just leave. They'll spend a few seconds. If they can't find it, they'll go to the next one. Is there a call to action? Very important, something we're constantly working with our clients when we build websites for them. We want to have a banner there. We want to have a call to action so that they move through the website and contact you somehow, via email, via phone, however the best way is. So that is so important to have a way for for you to convert visitors into actual leads or customers ultimately. Is it a marketing tool? Your website needs to be thought of as a marketing tool, and it's probably your #1 marketing tool today in age. Websites drive traffic, or you drive traffic to your website through internet marketing for one, but also any print material that you have out there. Your business cards, your vehicle wraps, they should all have your website address on them so that people can go there and see what you do. It's so easy, like I said, with mobile phones, you can type in website address immediately and see what that business does as they're driving by. Social media. So, if you're not hiring a social media manager, you really need to focus on the social media that you're using. You don't want to have 100 different social media icons on your website if you're only populating or engaging on 1 or 2 of them. So if you like Twitter, then tweet. If you like Facebook, then do that. LinkedIn, do that. And everybody's busy, and it's just a recommendation. If you have a social media account, make sure you're active on it. Having an account and having it inactive is actually counterproductive. So think about that when you're thinking about social media. It's good to have as many accounts as you can, and that's what we can help you with. But if you don't want to spend that money or whatever, just focus on 1 or 2 that you can actually keep up with. Search engine optimization is more important than ever. Search engine optimization has been changing rapidly over the last few months. Basically what we're finding is Google, which is the #1 search engine out there, as you probably know, is constantly changing their algorithm to make their search their search results more relevant and make the user experience better. So the days of spammy websites and the days of black hat search optimization are pretty much over, and they're really trying hard to eliminate that. Some things that they're doing, it makes absolutely no sense, and it's actually a catastrophe. It's funny that one of the companies, the biggest company in the world perhaps, with the most resources, can still mess up all the time, and they just did with this last update, but they're trying to fix it. So it's more important now to hire a professional SEO company to make sure that your website is optimized and you're doing the right things and you're not going to get banned or penalized. So many websites have actually just fallen off the face of the earth in terms of Google when they did their last update because they were optimizing the wrong way. And it's actually hurting a lot of websites out there. What we're looking at is blogging and content creation. That's really important. And getting links from other niche sites, some quality links coming into your websites. Those are the two of the big things that we're looking to do, although we have about 27 different techniques that we use. Lastly, make sure your website is mobile friendly. You don't have to create an additional website, although you may want to, but just make sure your website looks good on a mobile browser. It's so important. With that many people using mobile devices these days, you really want to make sure that your website looks good on it, or that you create another mini website that people, when they get to your website, will be diverted to, and they'll see it and it'll look good on the site. So 8 important aspects that you really want to keep in mind. I'm going to give you a handout so everybody will have those, and if you didn't take notes, I'll make it easy for you. There's also a bunch of really neat statistics on the back. So, are there any questions?
I know one of the things a small business might struggle to manage is if there's any bad comments online
Yeah.
made about them, you know, because one bad experience can turn
Sure.
into thousands and thousands of hits, you know, referring to that small business. How is your company manage that for a small business?
Reputation management is huge now for that very same reason. I didn't have enough time to get into it today, but there are a number of different techniques that you can use to mitigate those types of bad comments out there. And the number one is really soliciting good comments from the people that are happy. That's really the best thing to do when you know, ask them to go to this website in particular that has a bad comment and leave a good comment. That's one of the best ways. Yes, sir.
You build mobile apps.
Mobile apps, we can build mobile apps. It's not one of our main offerings, but I have developers that do that, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right, anything else?
Jason, what's the number one problem that you see with the majority of websites that you look at?
Well, a lot of them, they don't have a call to action. That's really the number one problem we're seeing. And that's why we focus on it so much when we build new websites. Call to action. Some people, you know, phone numbers at the bottom. You know, get your phone number at the top if you want people to call you. Or place a banner. Click here for something and enter your email address. It's a great way to get people on your list and do things we want them to do when they get to the website.
Thanks, Jason.
All right.
And I volunteered actually to introduce the next guy. Mac obviously is probably not managing, as we all see. But, you know, his is a business that a lot of people don't want to think about because it's a bit morbid. But at the same rate, it's one of those things that at the end, you're kicking yourself when it's too late to plan. So you got to talk to a guy like Mac early on because the longer you take